the several guys who has this extra eligibility that you didn't think you'd have coming out of 2021. Is that still ongoing for you? Have you made up your mind in any way on what you're going to do after the bowl game? And do you plan on playing in the bowl game?
I think I'm going to start with that question by answering the last one. Absolutely. I intend to play in the bowl game. As far as, what I'm passionate in pursuing after the bowl game, I don't know yet. That's a conversation that I'll have with my family, once the bowl game is concluded.
Rich Scarcella.
Hey, Jesse, thanks for doing this.
How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. How did you react to the news when Coach Pry left for Virginia Tech? And if you've had time to think about it, what has he taught you?
I was extremely happy for him. It's always, bittersweet when you have a guy like Coach Pry who recruited me throughout my entire high school career. I came here, he groomed me into, the defensive player I am today, the leader that I am for this team. But at the same time, I'm excited for him and his family. Guys come here to Penn State to, win big games, achieve all those accolades, collectively, and, hopefully, take the next step. And that's exactly what Coach Pry did. So I'm extremely excited for him as he continues on, to lead those guys at Virginia Tech and, build his own little dynasty. So I'm excited for him. He deserves it all.
Audrey Snyder.
Hey, Jesse, thanks for your time.
Hey, Audrey.
Have you gotten to know Manny Diaz much yet? What's that been like, and what can you tell us about kind of his defense?
We're building a good rapport, just talking ball every opportunity we get, being on the field and everything. He's a very, he's a strong presence on the field. And he's a guy that, for me personally, I enjoy picking his brain, just talking ball, talking schemes and whatnot. So, having him here is extremely valuable for myself, for this defense. And, it's a good feeling to have a guy like that, a good defensive mind in the room.
Andrew Clay.
Hey, Jesse, when you watch this Arkansas team on tape, does it remind you of any teams that you guys have faced this season?
Yes, actually, they're a very, well-rounded group offensively, starting with their quarterback, number one, KJ Jefferson. He's a talented guy, big guy, runs the ball very hard. He's capable, of throwing the ball in the air. They have weapons all around the field. I think there's two running backs. They kind of remind me of a little bit of Kenneth Walker, how explosive they can be, while when they get in the ball out in space with their stretch and the counters and whatnot. But they're a very talented group, and I'm looking forward to that matchup in Tampa.
John Petishna.
Hey, it's good to talk with you today, Jesse. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Hey, going down to the bowl, it looks like there's going to be some opportunities for the team to spend some time together off the field, whether it's at Busch Gardens or in some community events. When you go to a bowl, how does getting involved in the local community and just doing some things off the field, how does that enrich the bowl experience for you?
I think that's the best part of the whole bowl experience. Like, you have another opportunity to go and spend time with not only our guys, but the entire coaching staff, and then we get to really, tap into the community and just give back, have fun, and do whatever event or they have set up for us. So I'm looking forward to that, giving back to the community if possible, just having fun and enjoying my time in Tampa, get away from this cold.
Samuel Fremen.
Hey, Jesse. I know you referenced having had conversations with Manny Diaz already. I was just curious if those conversations have just been sort of building the rapport that you were speaking of, or if there have been conversations about the defense yet, or if that's to come later.
It's been a combination of everything, honestly. Talking about the defense, my performance individually, collectively as a defense, and just talking ball. So that's really what it's been.
Tyler Donahue.
Jesse, you've played a lot of football with Sean Clifford over the years. What was your reaction to his decision coming back for a sixth season? And what do you think? I mean, what do you think about a guy spending 6 years in the same football program?
Hey, I'm excited for Sean. A guy like to be in this position to come back and not only be the face of the program. It's going to allow guys like the young guys Drew, and then Bo, to just continue to develop and really just, pick Sean's brain. And it'll allow them to not only progress, tremendously, but for them to, to really feel and know that they're going to have a good transition, from that high school scene, to the collegiate level.
Rich Scarcella.
Jesse, how would you describe Curtis Jacobs' development from the beginning of the year until now, and where do you see his?
I say his the way he's progressed. I've been extremely proud. Not only from his performance on the field, but how he's starting to lead. I'm always trying to get on Kurt because I tell him, look, you gotta be louder when when you're talking on the field for the defense. And those who know Kurt, he doesn't speak too loud, but we're forcing it out of him. And he's continued to make strides to progress. And I'm extremely proud of how he's been performing on the field. Been making big plays, big hits. He's done a great job this year, I feel.
Audrey Snyder.
Jesse, going back to the bowl game, what's the benefit for you playing in this? Because obviously, I mean, we don't know who's opting out, but it seems like there could be a bunch of guys who do.
We have a game to play. It doesn't matter, although, I've been in a situation, I've been blessed to, be invited to the Senior Bowl. That's something that I feel when the time is ready, I'll engage in. But for now, all I'm focused on is Arkansas. And
Did you contemplate not playing in this?
I think that's a decision, people always contemplate, but it was a decision that, at the end of the day, I decided to, just play in the game and be there for my defense.
Samuel Furman.
Jesse, speaking to your answer about just going out there and playing in this game, how do you see the bowl games towards the end of the season, just from your mentality when you prepare? Do you see it as an extra game added to the end of the season? Is there some sort of extra emphasis on this game because it's a bowl game? I was just interested to know if there's anything that changes in your preparation or your mentality going in.
The way I perceive the bowl game is no differently how I would perceive any other game. Week 1 against Wisconsin, it's another matchup. As far as how I'm going to prepare the same way. My film study, I've really been diving in, breaking them down, writing my notes, watching film on them, diligently. Nothing changes. There's nothing out of the ordinary. We got a game, we got a matchup, and that's that.
Justin Morgenstein.
Jesse, I know we pretty much talk about it every time that you're on here with us, but what is watching like right now? And did you expect him to be anywhere close to what he's done? I mean, we're talking.
It's no surprise to me. There's times where Mike will make a play and I end up tweeting about it. It's expected. Mike is comfortable now in the position he's in and the plays he's making. This is what Micah does. So it's like all the propaganda behind him being the defensive rookie of the year. They need to forget that. He deserves to win the defensive player of the year, and that's simple. You know what I mean? So I'm extremely happy for him. I'm proud of him. But it doesn't stop here. He has more to do, and I know he has a lot more plays to secure on the field. It was funny because I texted him when he dropped that interception, and I think it was last week against the Redskins, Washington football team. My apologies. And he texted me back. He's like, I know. I was like, look, you can't be having all these sacks, 2-sack games and dropping the pick. Like, you playing with your money, you playing with your food. We can't have that. So, just being able to keep him accountable, and the fact that he knows there's more money to be made on the field. So he has to make those plays.
Rich Scarcella.
Jesse, when do you plan on making the decision about 2022? What factors will go into it, and have you reached out to the NFL evaluation component yet?
I'm unsure when I'll make that decision, but like I said earlier, all I'm focused on right now is the bowl game. I'm focused on being here with my guys, and when I feel the time is right, I'm gonna sit down with my mom, my siblings, and we'll discuss those things. And right now, I'm just trying to be present. I'm trying to be where my feet are at. That's all I'm truly focused on right now.
Go ahead, Audrey.
Jesse, Coach Franklin told us that you guys are losing some big-time linebackers next year, that he wants to add one through the portal. Between your position flexibility, I mean, have you looked as far ahead in terms of, okay, Manny Diaz, his defense does this, whether it's at linebacker or defense? Like, have you done that yet? Or because you've got so many moving parts happening right now?
Absolutely. You know, for me personally, like I'm a film junkie. So just, you know, I took the time to just watch how schematically how they play defense in Miami. And I've watched plenty of games in the past. You know, I'm watching games on TV and then watching Miami play. So, you know, I'm familiar with how they play. But obviously now there was a point of emphasis once Coach Diaz, he had arrived here. So I took a good dive into it. And I like everything that Coach Diaz does. How he puts his linebackers in position to make big time plays, and just how aggressive and how you know the demeanor that they play with. So yeah, it's been something that I've been thinking about. But as of right now, you know, focus on Arkansas. That's all that matters.
Mark Wilgenrich.
Jesse, Jair Brown said they could feel the confidence oozing from Manny Diaz in that first meeting. What was your first impression, just personally, of the way Coach Diaz carried himself?
Same way. You know, the message that he spoke in front of the defense, it resonated with me. Same way it resonated with Tig. You know, he's a guy that, you know, he knows how to play defense. You know, the demeanor, the attitude, that chip on your shoulder, the swagger, he has it. And that's something that, you know, that really, you know, caught my attention. The first few moments when he started speaking in front of the defense.
Joe Giuliano.
Hi, Jesse. I wanted to ask you about the end of your season as a team, 5-0 start and a 2-5 finish. I wonder how you guys have stayed together through that, and is the bowl game going to be something to kind of prove to people that you know, you guys, you know, are better than your record showed?
Absolutely. I mean, you put the film on, anybody in the country will be able to see. You know, our record doesn't really represent who we are as a team. You know, we lost some close games, and that's just what it was. We had some things that didn't go in our favor, and you know, we didn't finish out on top. And that's just the nature of the game. It is what it is. But as far as the adversity he's faced, you know, we believe wholeheartedly that, you know, through tough times, you know, it brings a collective group of individuals much tighter. And that's exactly what we went through collectively, and what we're going to continue to do. You know, we're as one. You know, we play as one, win, lose, or draw. And you know, I'm excited to go out with my brothers and go handle business in Tampa.
Audrey Snyder.
Jesse, whenever coaching changes happen, it's usually you guys are kind of caught in the middle of it. Did you have a chance to have a conversation with Coach Pry before he left or after he left?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And what was that like?
You know, just, you know, we spoke, and we had a heart to heart. You know, I thanked him for everything he was able to do for me. You know, he gave a kid, you know, from South Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, you know, the opportunity of a lifetime to come and live his wildest dreams. You know, come compete at, you know, the highest level at the collegiate level, at one of the most prestigious institutions in the country. You know, at a well-renowned, respected institution for linebacker play. You know, so I have no bad blood, you know, no malice towards Coach Pry. You know, that's somebody I know I'm gonna have in my corner forever. So I'm extremely excited for him and his family and what he's about to do at Virginia Tech. So
Coach Diaz at Miami is kind of known as the father of the turnover chain.
yeah.
Any idea if it's coming here?
I mean, hey, if we're going to do something in that regard, it can't be the chain, because, you know, we can't do the copyright, so it got to be something different. But I hope so.
Thanks, Jesse.
Any other questions for Jesse? Go ahead, Greg.
Hey, Jesse, how are you?
How you doing, Graham? I'm doing well, so.
I'm well, man. Thanks for your time. Hey, 3 of your teammates now, and if you've been asking about this, I'll go listen to it. Just stop me. But 3 of your teammates now have brought up Malik Vega as a guy that's really impressed them during these developmental practices. Is he a guy that pops to you? And if so, why?
Absolutely. You know, that's been a guy that's popped to me well before he even arrived here on campus, you know, just because, you know, I've been able to be in contact with, you know, the people who helped him throughout the recruiting process. So I've been knowing about his ability. Now it was more so fine tuning them and getting his technique and his craft up to par. And he's been making strides on a daily basis, just getting better and better and chopping at the bit. So I feel like all the success that he's about to achieve, it's there. It's just everything has its season. So with Mega's situation, his turn hasn't come yet, but when it does come, he'll be prepared. I'm extremely excited for what he's about to do.
Anything else for Jesse?
Yeah, I got another one if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jesse, you've obviously been going against offensive tackles in practice during the season here. Of course, Landon Tangwall, what made him a player that was able to get on the field late in the season? When you were matched up with him at any point during the spring or the summer or what have you, what changed about his game between then and now that allowed him to play late in the year there?
I think the biggest thing with Landon is his work ethic. It didn't matter, although I think at the beginning of the season there was guys, above the depth chart who were getting time. It didn't matter, his preparation, his work ethic, how he came to practice, how he carried himself, his attitude, his demeanor. It was as a professional, he was hungry, he never complained about nothing. And, that's just a testament to who he is as a person, his character. He works hard, it's literally chop wood, carry water. And that's how I see Landon. And I'm happy for him because he finally got the opportunity to get on the field, and he did very well. He held it down. So that's somebody I feel like in the next couple of years he's going to be a pillar in that room. Hold everybody together.